So why am I scared of Mortal Kombat 2? Because after watching this trailer as a fan, I'm way too hyped. I feel like a bride on her wedding day, excited to take this new step in life, but worried that the person I'm about to marry has an uncontrollable nasty habit like eating his own boogers. And by the way, if you're one of those guys, for the love of all that's holy, stop that. Stop. I say that because I care about you. Stop. I have a full-on loving relationship with that 2021 film. To me, it's a 5 out of 5. I absolutely adore that movie, and I really sided with Cody Leach before he took off that point. I've told this story before, but the first time I watched this film, I was watching with my great-grandmother. She's the one that turned on Mortal Kombat 2021, and then she was laughing through the entire film. And then, I kid you not, immediately when the movie was done, I look over and she takes out a taser out of her purse that looks like a flashlight. And that's how I know I come from premium genetics. Anyway, as a Mortal Kombat fanatic, I really, really like that original movie from 2021. And so when this first trailer for Mortal Kombat 2 came out, I looked at it and thought, this looks dumb. It looks silly. It looks wacky. It doesn't look as, dare I say, grounded, as I would put it, as the first one did. It really looked like it was trying to dive into MCU type humor, which I'm really sick of nowadays. And so I called Mortal Kombat 2 mid. It looked like it was going to be mid. But then this trailer came out. And my gosh, am I hyped that I actually feel like I'm setting myself up for failure. Do you know that? Do you know that feeling? Where you know that you shouldn't have the hype levels at 11, but you can't help it. You're a fan. And I'm sure some of the people in the comment section of this video is going to be like, dude, why don't you just give it a break? Why don't you just chill out a little bit? It's just a trailer. Because Mortal Kombat is love. Mortal Kombat is life, okay? When I look at something like this, I just can't help but get excited that we're getting decent video game movies, which we all know how that's gone over the years. And so when it finally looks like a movie studio listened to the fans, even some of the criticisms of the first one, and said, okay, you know what? I'll raise you one better and I'll make a good Mortal Kombat movie. That's what gets me hyped, okay? So let's kind of go over the reasons why I think this might actually be better than the first film. Tell me what you think about these down below. There are some scenes pulled right out of the video games here. Some of the maps, I think Katana looks amazing. I love that it looks like they're going for a lot more practical suits in this one, which they did a lot in the first one as well, and that's just awesome in a day and age where, you know, you get those CGI costumes. I love when you get a mask like this, and maybe this is CGI, but really well done. Either way, doesn't matter. They look great. One of the biggest things is we're finally going to get a tournament in this movie, and I was somebody who didn't really mind that we didn't get a tournament in the last one. I thought it kind of built up well, kind of set the world so we can have a really cool movie duology here, but I mean, the tournament's going to be cool, right? I think that looks awesome. And I already said in the first trailer, I think that the humor just really fell flat. And so in this trailer, it looks like they're like, no, there will be some humor. You know, you got Johnny Cage in there. We'll get back to him in a minute. There's some really good heart to this movie. There's some real stakes. This is not something that is just turn your brain off and have fun. This is going to be a good movie with good stakes. That's what it felt like they were trying to prove in this trailer. And as you all know, if you watch this channel, I like steaks. More of a hamburger guy, but I do like steaks. No, I'm under the philosophy that everything comes second to the story. If you don't have a story that grips me, I kind of just don't care. And although I do think there's a place for shut your brain off, have fun movies, I have a Defense of Minions 3 coming up very soon. So whenever something can go above and beyond just being dumb fun and have a good story and good stakes, I'm freaking in. Okay, and mind you, we've already gotten like 3 or 4 video game movies this year, and they've all sucked. So, a lot is riding on this. Finally, one of the biggest changes is the lead character. And that's one of the few things I will throw shade at that original movie for. Look, I'm a Cole Young defender, okay? I think that I really liked his character in that first movie. My great-grandmother watching Mortal Kombat with me did not know what Mortal Kombat was, so it seemed like, to me, Cole Young was a perfect little on-ramp to get her to kind of understand the lore and the different ways that the Mortal Kombat universe works. It kind of worked really well. I thought that, okay, yeah, it makes sense. If you're going to act like we are all new people, right? You're bringing all new people into the lore. You might as well create a new person and make that new person learn all the stuff about the lore. And then I saw that they're going to do that exact same thing with Johnny Cage in the sequel. You know, he's gonna be like, what is this? What's that? Okay, explain this thing. What does this mean? Oh, that's cool. You know, that kind of character, so we can understand things here. So the question then becomes, why didn't we do Johnny Cage in the first one? And then we don't have to introduce him. We don't have to explain everything for a second time. Why didn't we do that? Especially since it seems like they have zero cares to bring back Cole Young in this one. Looks like Cole Young might meet an early fatality in this movie. What was the point? Why didn't you just bring in Johnny Cage? Why'd you have to tease him at the last one? I think a lot more people would really be on your side if you did that instead of the Cole Young thing. Anyway, Urban's performance as Johnny Cage, I wasn't sure what I would think about it. I think it's cool. So all of the things I was skeptical about from that first trailer, I'm now looking at it and thinking, oh my gosh, I think it's gonna be awesome. And that makes me really nervous. I don't want to be disappointed, right? And I'm sure that you guys, if you're Mortal Kombat fans, if you're looking forward to this at all, that's kind of something you're dealing with as well. So I'm making this video just to show you you're not alone, okay? I'm feeling that exact same thing. We'll see how the movie turns out. These are just my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 2, the trailer 2. Let me know what you thought down below. Thank you for 155 subscribers as I'm looking at this right now. That is insane. That is insane. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. If you would like to help me grow this channel, please click that subscribe button. I appreciate it so much. All right, that's all. See you later. Love you. Bye.